Implementation overview for the Keep Up and Catch Up targeted phonics support. How will help you to set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify two similar ability classes. You'll complete the pre-assessment task with both classes. You'll input the data into the What Worked Teachers platform, and then it will randomly allocate these to the intervention and the comparison class. The intervention will use the strategy for the duration of the trial. The comparison will continue as business as usual. And then at the end, both groups will complete the post-assessment task, which is the same as the pre, enter the data in the What Worked Teachers platform to generate an impact report. If the approach is positive, then you can open this up to the comparison class. So planning. Let's look at this from a step-by-step approach. So step 1, identify two similar ability classes to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2, identify 15 specific sounds from the upcoming half-term's phonics scheme. These will be used for your pre- and post-assessment test. Step 3, complete the pre-assessment phonics test with both classes. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder, and then input this into the pre-test on the trial wizard for both classes. Using the trial wizard on What Worked Teachers platform, randomly assign classes to the intervention and comparison group. For the intervention class, during or immediately after the lesson, the teacher identifies any students who have not fully grasped a new sound or sounds. On the same day, these students join a short session, approximately 10 minutes, which is a small group session led by a teaching assistant to reinforce the targeted sound and practice its use. The comparison group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. Step 6. Complete the post-assessment phonics test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and comparison group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder, and then input this into the post-test on the trial wizard. The intervention. So the targeted phonics intervention focuses on reception and Year 1 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups, and the session will take approximately 10 minutes. It's called the Keep Up and Catch Up, and the purpose is to provide targeted same-day phonics support for students who struggle to master a new sound during regular phonics lessons or have been absent. This intervention is designed to seamlessly integrate into the school's existing phonics program, providing immediate reinforcement for students who need extra support, and ultimately helping all learners keep up and succeed in phonics. So how it works. In the regular phonics lesson, the teacher delivers the daily phonics following the school's existing scheme. During or immediately after the lesson, the teacher identifies any students who have not fully grasped the new sounds. On the same day, these students join a short, approximately 10-minute small group session led by a teaching assistant to reinforce the targeted sound and practice its use. And the same approach applies to students who missed the initial lesson due to absence, ensuring they receive focused instruction to catch up before the next lesson. In the resource folder, we include a tracking spreadsheet where you just identify the intervention and the control class. We use this so that we don't take student data onto the platform, so you can see an anonymized student ID to link to a student in each class. Key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted phonics strategy as an intervention. So is there a suitable time of the day for the targeted support? Is there a suitable location? How will you track the students that need support? What resources from your phonics scheme can be used? And will you link to rewards? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in the schools, so it's important to consider these prior to starting. So moving on to the assessment. For the pre-assessment, 15 specific sounds taken from the upcoming half-term phonics scheme are assessed before the intervention starts. Please record the score for each learner in the Excel tracker and then input this into the What Worked Teachers platform. For the post-assessment, at the end of the trial, the same 15 sounds are retested again to measure the progress and effectiveness of the intervention. And again, just make sure you record these in the tracker and then input this into the What Worked Teachers platform. Complete the assessment under test conditions. It can be delivered by a teacher or teaching assistant. Select the 15 sounds, which are the same for the pre and the post, and then just make sure you record your scores. So that's the end of your implementation guidance. The next step is to download the research protocol, the resource folder, and then move on to the trial wizard.